Alrighty, hello everybody. This is Meister Keen, and today I'm going to be playing Star Citizen. Now it's a question that often comes up with Star Citizen. Is it playable? Is it a game yet? Is it going to be a game? What is the actual status of this thing? Well, I'll show you. It's about to get another major update, which should resolve some server instability issues. We might get kicked off here. But we're going to try to play, and I'll show you the bugs as they come up. And there are bugs. Oh, yes, there are definite issues with this game. But there's also something to it that makes it fun and rewarding despite all the problems. So yeah, here we go. That's a picture of Port Olisar. It's kind of a stand-in. Eventually, there's going to be a sort of a cloud city inside of that gas giant there. And Porto is kind of nice. I like Port Olisar, but Cloud City, like a real one that you can visit, you can fly to in game. Oh, that'll be nice. That'll be cool. One of the things that they do best in Star Citizen, in my opinion, is location design. And the little details. All right, here we go. Ha. All right. Good morning to me. So you always start out in a bed like that, in a habitation spot, kind of like this. Here we go. And yeah, these elevators go to actual places. Everything's sort of physicalized. There's actual physical locations for all of the spaces. There's not really any instancing where you wind up in a space that's, physically distinct. Like, it's not... If there were a window that were out into space, you'd be able to see actual ships, like players going by. In fact, there is one of these. Oh, I gotta keep in mind I've got my proximity communications on, so if there are any players nearby, they can hear me. Yeah, I like this station. This is Everest Station. Oh, and there's my burrito man. I'm gonna take my helmet off. Here's what my character looks like. So this is a mining suit, or it's a hot weather suit. Basically, I can go to very, very hot climates with this suit on and survive it. All right, let's talk to our man here. How you doing, burrito man? Same as usual? Yeah. Got a lot of tryhards through here. I don't see anybody. Not too many customers today? Yes. So there's a hunger and thirst system. There we go. Get a burrito. I don't need all that. Come on. Just give me the... Ah! The interface is a little bit jank. Okay, who am I kidding? It's a lot jank. There we go. There we go. Topped up on food and water. I don't see any players, though. It's all NPCs. Very atmospheric, though. I mean, look at this environment design, man. I mean, just look at the environment design. All the little details you can read. Whoops. Hello. You're just gonna lean out. Just leaning on nothing. Man, you look really comfortable leaning on nothing. But look, you can read all of the things. Look at that. Look at how much detail there is. You can see all of the detail of that screw in the... I mean, come on, guys. That's actually a complaint that I'm seeing about Cyberpunk 2077 right now. It's that since they brought down the resolution on a lot of the textures and such, a lot of the models are simplified because Cyberpunk was designed to be released on the current gen of consoles. You know, your PS4, your Xbox One. It's not really designed for top-end PC hardware. And so that's where you get this sort of disparity. This is a game that's, you know, this design work, this station was made by a designer, 2-3 years ago. You know, all of the design work you see here is a couple of years old. But the quality is top-notch. The detail, the level of detail is top-notch. The character models could use a little bit of work, in my opinion. I think, and the lighting could be a little bit better. But those are systems that they're actually working on. They're updating those as they go. We're getting, you know, so you wind up with something which is, I mean, yeah, the systems are a buggy mess, but man, it looks amazing. Just every detail just looks amazing. So there's a point seriously in favor for Star Citizen. The immersion is there, as long as the game doesn't literally throw you out. All right, what do we got? Let's pull out my Avenger. So this is a retrieval console. What this will do is it will place my ship on one of the pads or hangars out there. If you get a starter package for the game, you get a ship, and that ship is always accessible. You can always get it. Sometimes if it's destroyed, you file a claim, and it takes a few minutes for the ship to come back up. Then you can pay to expedite that.
Our automated system is unable to access.
Aha! Here's an opportunity to talk about the bugs in the game. So, what's going on there? So this ship, I have this ship. This ship is my ship. And it should be claimable and retrievable and everything else. However, it's not. Ship retrieval is bugged sometimes. Ship is, if you park a ship somewhere and it doesn't get stored properly or whatever else, it can kind of find itself in sort of a limbo where the server doesn't actually know what to do with it. So the server's trying to deliver my ship and it can't because, I don't know, something's wrong. So what I could do to solve this, what I could do to work around it, is go to another station and retrieve the ship from there. Okay, but first I would need a ship to be able to get me there. So, you know, if you think that's annoying, yes, it's annoying. Yeah. This is just an example of what makes the game less playable, and it's the sort of thing that bounces new players off in their early experience of the game. That's the unfortunate thing about Star Citizen. The game is out, it's playable, right? But it's not. It's not out, and it's not fully playable. And so people buy into the game and then they expect it to work, which is reasonable. I just spent $85 on my, you know, on like a full access package with a nice ship. And that was 6 months ago, and after about a week, I rage quit because there were just so many issues that I just couldn't continue. All right, somewhere around here, there is a ship rental terminal. Oh, that's right. I know where it's at. I'm in the wrong place. I'm going to go to Cargo Center. So one of the things that they're working on right now is updating the cargo loop. Like the gameplay loop of actually taking on cargo and moving it around and even stealing cargo. That is going to be a major factor. There's going to be the ability to manipulate physicalized cargo. You buy cargo out of a terminal, you know, and it's all this sort of it's all done through an interface, you know, and you never see the cargo until you actually go aboard the ship and you look around and, hey, there's the cargo. And then you can take a little tractor beam tool and you can move the cargo around, or somebody can get aboard your ship and tractor beam some of the cargo off of it, you know, dump it out into space, pick it up with their own ship. You know, actual piracy, in other words, right? Real piracy. You're taking something of value from somebody else. You're not just shooting them down to be an asshole. You're out to get something. Free cargo, man. That's, get some pretty nice margins on free ass shit. Okay, so here we go. Cargo services. Rentals. So we're going to rent a ship. We're going to rent a ship. We're going to rent... Ooh, we can rent a Cuddy Black. We'll do that. We're going to go... 3-day rental. Let's see if it'll let me do this. Sometimes this is bugged. This is another area which is bugged. Yes. Do it. Yeah! Alright. I'm celebrating because it actually worked. Okay, here we go. Go on the elevator. Back to hangars. So I particularly like the Cutlass Black. It's really kind of a... It's not really. It's not, you know, it's not really supposed to be, but it is a pirate-oriented ship. It's nimble, it's got lots of guns, and it's got enough cargo space to run away with some stolen shit. So, you know, it's a utility ship, but not really. Oh, there's a player. Hello, how you doing there? Please work. Please actually work. Ah, okay, good, good. Yes, I'm impatient. I wonder if that walk animation that speeds up and slows down, I wonder if that's just a server thing, or if they're supposed to do that. Maybe there's just supposed to be a little bit of noise in the speed at which they walk. Like, I can control my speed with my mouse wheel, right? So I can walk at, you know, a nice, comfortable role-play kind of stroll, or I can jog everywhere like a tryhard. And I wonder if NPCs have got that same thing going on, and there's just a little bit of noise in their walk speed just to maybe make them seem a little bit more interesting. Could be. Could be. Apparently, they've only really got about half of the movement animations actually implemented in the game. But there's a lot more to work on in terms of, you know, an NPC walks up into a... Maybe there's a crowded hallway, you know, and it's got to make a little bit of a decision. And right now what it can do is it can kind of like sidle sideways, and actually looks kind of natural when they do it. But can an NPC decide to take cover? Can it decide to crouch and walk through a, you know, and crawl its way through a narrow walkway? I don't know. I think that kind of thing is planned. I think that's what they mean when they say they've got a lot of unimplemented, you know, walk animations. Here we go. Shut up about all that and actually fly a ship, huh? Whoops.
Hello and welcome aboard your Drake interplanetary craft.
There we go.
Your systems are online. Launch complete.
Fly time. There's the station. I should have showed you that big bay window in the station. There's actually there's a window. You can actually look in. If I were to fly around to it from outside, if I could find it. you'd be able to see that interior space that we were just in. You see, the spaces are not instanced. It's not all chopped up so that the server is just showing you your own special little special sandbox for the type of gameplay you're doing. No, it's all actually unified. I think that's freaking cool. I don't know. That's sort of the dream, isn't it? If it all comes together and actually works in the end, then we'll have something really cool. Let's go to one of these planets. This is the one that everybody mines at all the time.
Quantum drive is now on. Landing gear up.
There we go.
Quantum drive is now off.
We'll go to one of the points of interest on the surface here. That one ought to work.
Quantum drive is now on.
Apparently the rocks and things are kind of stand-in for what's going to be this really gorgeous system of volumetric clouds. Like volumetric gas clouds and dust clouds and things like that. Right now, you kind of just got these awkward-looking chunks of rocks everywhere, but they're planning on putting in the really nice dust clouds and stuff. That's going to be cool. What they've shown of that has been really, really interesting. And apparently that's going to be like most of the game Squadron 42, which is going to be like the single-player Star Citizen game. The story mode, you know. Apparently that is going to take place largely inside a giant dust cloud. Like a planet-sized dust cloud. Apparently it's going to be basically the remains of a dead planet. And so you're sort of inside of the, like the, what do you call it? The corona ejection of a when a star goes nova, it blows up, and you get this nebula of gases, literally a nebula. That is the remains of that dead star. You know, it's all dark here. Oop, okay, that is terrain. Let's not run into that. Let's not be hitting terrain. I didn't realize I was this low. Okay. Okay, yeah. Where is that? Another friggin' station I was going to. It's somewhere near this hill, isn't it?
Landing gear down.
That is not what I meant to do. Come on, it's around here somewhere. Ah, there it is. Ah, would you quit with the warnings? I get it. I get it. I'm too close to the ground. I understand. Oh, there's people here. They might shoot me. That always gets interesting. Oh, and the other day I had a stowaway. Somebody actually got aboard my ship. I was doing some mining out here, and they were going to steal some of my ore. And I shot them, and then I went to jail for homicide. So, you know, that was interesting.
Landing complete.
Ah. Yeah. I almost made that look competent. Somebody might actually mistake me for a good pilot. You know, if there's a good pilot around that looks like me. Okay, so let's see. Where is... There are spawning pads, so I can spawn these little mining rovers. I want to show you what those things look like. And It's gonna be a squat little building with a blinky blue beacon. Oh, oh, that dude's about to take off. Hey there, fella. Yes. Yes, this dance. This is the dance of friendliness. Clearly, we are two friendly beings. Meeting and communicating in some way. You appear to be doing the thriller dance. Sure? Right bracket, right? Okay. No, wait, left bracket. Fuck! Do that again. Am I in your party now? There you go. Where are you going, friend? You just picking up cargo? You just need like a cargo hauler? God, that looks... just everything about that looks so awkward. But it's also awesome that I could see you doing this. I'm sorry, I'm just vibing with the game being as good as it is. This is one of the starter ships, and it is a... it's not a bad one, actually. It does all of the really basic things. This guy's hauling cargo with it. Looks like he's had a little bit of trouble with the placement of the cargo. Where is that frickin' spawner pad? I know there is one. There's gotta be one here. Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay, there we go. The blinky blue light. That's the spawner pad. What that dude is doing is courier missions, package delivery, which is the most incredibly boring thing to be doing, but you also actually make a fair bit of credits. It's not all that hard to work your way up to having some really nice gear. There we go. Here we go. So, I'm going to grab my gray cat. Yes, claim. Uh-huh. Okay. Expedite. Uh-huh. Good. Retrieve. Yes, please spit that out for me. Alright, good. Ah! I have a gray cat. Okay, now the gray cats are, the gray cat rock is a rock miner. You use it to shoot rocks, and the rocks spit out stuff, and you pick up the stuff, and then you sell it. You know, mining. Yes. Yes. Yes! Pretty cool. Tell you what, though, I really want like one of those walker exosuits, the loader. The loader. What was that? What was that called? Is it just called a loader? The big yellow thing. You know, get away from her, you bitch. Remember that from Aliens? Those were cool. I want one of those in this game. If you haven't seen Aliens, get off my channel. All right, here we go. Woo. Okay. This is a little bit tricky. A little bit touchy. Yeah, that worked. Okay. Good. And we haven't even picked up any, like, homicidal murderers. So, you know, I mean, it's pretty good.
Launch complete.
Okay, we're gonna close the back door. That back gate should be closing. There it is. I had to bind a keybind for that. It's a good idea to check out your controls and bind your own key bindings. It's a very good idea, because there's lots of intricate stuff that you can do in this game, and you kind of have to... customize to really have your shit together. So I want to get to the day side of the planet. That means that I want to fly to... Bezdek. I want to fly to there. There are 2 mining stations on this particular planet. One of them's currently on the night side of the planet. I think the other one's on the day side. There is a day-night cycle. That means that there's actually some sort of an orbital model going on. You know, the planets are just following a track. I don't think there's like a physics sim or anything. They're just like circular orbits. But there are orbits, and the planets are spinning, and there's day and night. I mean, that's... Come on, man. That's cool. You know? And you got little planets and big planets. Hurston is a fairly big one. Relatively big one. Aha. This is not the day side of the planet. Okay, we're gonna... Let's go this way. Wow, there's too many players going on right here. This way too many players. Look at that. What am I looking at over there? I don't know who those guys are. I'm just going to go this way and ignore them and hope they don't come and kill me. Ah, but who do I care? This is a rental. Traveling as fast as I could because I'm in atmosphere. That little bit of atmosphere is enough to produce quite a lot of drag. I should be able to hit, I think the top speed of this thing is like 1100 meters per second, and I'm not doing much more than 400 for the most part. So I could gain some altitude, and then maybe I could make it over to the other side of the planet a little quicker. Whoops, major torque imbalance. Okay, I'm actually kind of fucking up my engines here. But again, you know, it's a rental. Now let's look at the pretty sunrise. This is what I'm talking about. A game like this. Yeah. Okay, now come on. That's cool, right? That's gotta be cool. Okay. Now let's come back down where there's some daylight. You don't have to, but I don't particularly like to mine in the dark. It's a little bit harder to see the terrain, a little easier to crash into things. I mean, I still crash into things. Just don't ever mistake me for a good pilot. go. I'm overheating my maneuvering thrusters, adjusting my my pitch here. Cool thing is that it lets you overheat them, and then it actually punishes you if you do it too much. It'll actually, I'm not sure about this. I haven't actually done it, but I'm pretty sure you can damage your ship by overheating parts of it. So that overheat mechanic is not just for show. It's actually got something to do with the actual way the ship works. But yeah. I think also planned for the future is, you know, things like heat distortion and certain sorts of damage being visible on your ship. Like if you get shot in a certain spot, there'll be a bullet hole there, you know? And maybe you repair the systems of the ship, but you don't do all the body work. Maybe that gets more expensive as time goes on, you know? So you might have a ship that's perfectly functional and it's at full health, but it's still showing all the signs of wear of, you know, months and weeks of using it and dozens of battles and everything else. Personally, I'm looking forward to that. They've already added some sort of preliminary versions of that system. There's definitely battle damage. It's nice, better than what Elite has done. Looking at you, Elite! Promising features and then never delivering them. Hell, they're even putting out space legs. One of the things that's actually seriously disappoints me about Elite Dangerous is that this new update that they're putting out, the new content expansion, actually removes some functionality from the game. Like they're adding some version of space legs, but you still can't walk around your own ship, which was kind of the most important part of space legs. But they're not shipping that. It's not coming out with Odyssey. So Elite Dangerous has promised this cool thing. They're not delivering it, or maybe if they do deliver it, they'll deliver it much later. But even then, currently, Elite Dangerous, Horizons, the current content expansion, it supports VR. You can get into your cockpit and you can actually run the controls of the ship through VR, and you can do it with your VR controllers, which is nice, and it's immersive, and it gives you a huge advantage because you can look around and you get a really, really nice, your perception of the space improves a great deal. And apparently, from what I understand, it's actually a massive advantage for dogfighters. If you want to win a fight, you got to be able to keep track of where your ship is, what its velocity is, what the other fellow's velocity is, and how exactly to maneuver your ship to put yourself in an advantageous position and put your nose on target. To be able to do that, you really have to be able to track with all that motion, and the best way to do that is to immerse yourself in it. Be in VR. VR is the best way to fly and fight in a space game, in my opinion. Odyssey is going to be removing VR support. What was already a slightly janky and incomplete VR system in Horizons is now actually being cut out of Odyssey. So, you know, the only reason that I held on to Elite, and the only reason I played it, and the only reason I actually kind of stuck with it at all, was because in the future I want to have a nice VR rig. I've been saving for a Valve Index. Well, what's the point? Now I get a Valve Index and I can't play Elite Odyssey? Okay, screw that. That's it. I'm done with Elite at that point. They've already overpromised and underdelivered for so long on so much. They've already done so little actual development of their freaking game. Now I'm looking at Star Citizen, and Star Citizen, even in the buggy, messed up condition that it's in, even at the pace of its own development, at least they're delivering content. They're actively producing things for the game. They're not actively disappointing their fan base year after year, which Elite is. The Star Citizen community is getting more and more hopeful because they're getting more and more cool content and cool systems. The Elite community is not getting that. So that's it. I'm a Star Citizen guy now. Okay, so we're going to do some mining. And to do the mining, we got to find stuff to mine. We're going to use our scanner to do that. How far in are we at this point? How long have I been recording? 34 minutes. This is a long one. This is a long one. You guys know me. Anybody who's watched this channel at all knows that I do long 45-minute rants and stuff like that. When I upload at all. If I upload. That's the kind of stuff I upload. Alright, what do we have here? What do we have here? We're gonna have something. That is Haddonite. That is the stuff. We're gonna deploy our landing legs here. And we are going to pow. Just like that. Oh, that is super uneven. Yeah, I'm going to come forward a little bit here. It should be a little bit better. Okay. Okay. Now we'll get in that little mining rover. Here we go. Okay. Whoop, whoop, up. There we go. Alright, now what game lets you do this shit, huh? Actually, Space Engineers lets you do this. You can do the kind of stuff in Space Engineers. There's not a lot of games that let you walk around in a space station, grab a ship, fly out of the ship, land somewhere, drive around on the surface, watch an alien sunrise or sunset. Am I losing light or gaining it? I don't know. Alright, let's see. We're going to mine a rock. We're going to mine one rock, and then we'll end the video. Gotta crank up the throttle on this thing. One thing you don't want to do is you don't want to overpower, you don't want to over-energize the rocks, because then they will explode. And that's bad. That can kill you. I'm pretty sure you can blow up a ship that way. Whoop. Drop that down a little bit. Don't want to overdo it. We're overdoing it. Oh, we're good. We're good. We're good. Okay, dial it back a little. Hold. Hold. And... yeah! Yeah? Come on. Come on. Come on. Pick up the stuff. There we go. There we go. Come on, little guy. Get in there. Get in the hopper. Where'd it go? Yeah! There. Okay. I just made roughly 11,000 credits. And what the rental cost me 27,000 per day, right? Of the Drake. This little mining buggy cost me 170,000 credits. So it's possible to pay for the stuff that lets you make decent amounts of credits in the game by doing missions and stuff. And it's before too long you can kind of get a leg up to the point where you're actually able to, in a couple days' work, you know, buy a ship and then be able to infinitely spawn that ship and do whatever you want with it without like paying for it more. So the game is actually, given what it is and given the fact that they sell ships for real world money, it's actually relatively forgiving about the money making and its economy. Though it's not entirely forgiving about the physics bugs and the random things that will kill you and the disconnections and the other things. So, Star Citizen have problems? Oh, yes, it's got problems. Has it got a bright future? I think so. I think so. I would actually, at the moment, call Star Citizen about the worthiest of the current space games on offer. And that's without having played No Man's Sky. If I were to play No Man's Sky, maybe I would fall in love with it. I understand that No Man's Sky got a lot better after some updates and rework and such. Oh well, anyway, I'm just babbling at you now. That was a video. That was a video. In case you didn't know, Star Citizen's playable. This is how playable it is. I didn't cut any of this. I'm not going to edit any part of this video. This was one shot. This is the first time I've logged in today. I haven't had to take like extra takes. The server hasn't booted me. You know, you saw one bug where I couldn't retrieve a ship. Yeah, that can stop you. You probably saw a couple of other stupid little things here and there, and yeah, that happens. And there are days, certainly, when you log in and you try to do anything, and the server screws up, or there are bugs, or there's other problems, or you know, there's something out of your control that happens, and sometimes it's 3 or 4 different barriers to your gameplay that happen all in a row, and just the frustration level will build to the point of absolutely make you want to rage quit. That will happen. If you play Star Citizen, you will have days like that. Like, you set aside a couple hours out of your day to play Star Citizen, and at the end of 1 hour, you're like, fuck, why did I even try? But the major issues that are making the gameplay so impassable for the major issues that are causing these problems, I think they're going away at a pretty good rate. You know, version 3.12 is about to drop, and that's going to make things a lot nicer. There's a long list of things they're going to improve with this next update, and they're putting out a major update once a quarter, I think. Once every 3 months is an update cycle where they drop an update. You know, they put it through multiple levels of testing, drop the update. Often there are problems, it breaks things, and so they have to put out another, like a fix. Generally, after the fix, things are playable for a couple of months, relatively smooth sailing, and then the next major update hits, and there's more instability, but the game improves every time, incrementally. I think that's a good investment. I think that is indicative of a game which has a nice future ahead of it. So, that's Star Citizen, and that was me. Thank you very much. End of video.